Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. It's also the closest to the sun. This small rocky world is a fascinating place, but it's not a place for humans. In fact, surviving on Mercury is impossible with our current technology. Mercury is a world of extremes. It's incredibly hot during the day and freezing cold at night. This is because Mercury has almost no atmosphere to trap heat. The lack of atmosphere also means there's no air to breathe. Mercury is a harsh and unforgiving world. It's a reminder of the challenges of space exploration, and it highlights the importance of protecting our own planet. When we think of an atmosphere, we imagine a blanket of gas that envelops our planet. This protective blanket shields us from the harshness of space, acting as a barrier. It provides us with the essential air we need to breathe, supporting life in countless ways. Earth's atmosphere also deflects harmful radiation, keeping us safe from the sun's intense rays. Mercury, however, tells a different story. Instead of a thick atmosphere, it has what scientists call an exosphere. This exosphere is incredibly thin, almost like a vacuum with very few particles. It offers no protection from the dangers of space, leaving the planet exposed. The atoms and molecules in Mercury's exosphere are constantly being lost to space, drifting away. This continuous loss is due to the sun's intense radiation and Mercury's weak gravitational pull. So, even if there were some way to extract breathable air from it, it wouldn't last long enough to be useful. This lack of a substantial atmosphere is one of the main reasons why surviving on Mercury is impossible for humans. Without an atmosphere, there's no air to breathe, no protection from harmful radiation, and no regulation of temperature, making it an inhospitable world. Our bodies are adapted to the conditions on Earth. We need air to breathe. We need a certain amount of atmospheric pressure to survive. In the vacuum of space, without special suits, our bodies would face catastrophic consequences. Without the pressure of the Earth's atmosphere, the gases dissolved in our blood would come out of solution. This would cause bubbles to form in our blood vessels, similar to what happens in decompression sickness, also known as the bends. Our lungs would collapse without the air pressure they need to function, and the lack of oxygen would lead to unconsciousness within minutes and death soon after. The human body is simply not designed to handle the conditions of a near-perfect vacuum like the one found on Mercury's surface. Section 4, the Sun's Wrath. Solar radiation on Mercury. The sun is a powerful source of energy, radiating immense heat and light across the solar system. This energy is essential for life on Earth, driving photosynthesis in plants and regulating our climate. But too much solar radiation can be deadly, causing severe damage to living organisms and electronic systems. Mercury, being the closest planet to the Sun, is bombarded with intense solar radiation, far more than any other planet in our solar system. Without a thick atmosphere to absorb some of this radiation, the surface of Mercury is exposed to lethal levels of ultraviolet or UV radiation, X-rays and gamma rays. This unfiltered radiation creates an extremely hostile environment. These types of radiation can damage DNA, leading to cancer and other health problems in living organisms. The cellular damage is often irreversible, even with advanced spacesuits. Prolonged exposure to the levels of solar radiation on Mercury would be incredibly dangerous for humans. The protective gear would only offer limited shielding. This constant bombardment of radiation makes the surface of Mercury a sterile environment where life as we know it cannot exist. The planet remains a barren, lifeless world, shaped by the relentless energy of the sun. Section 5. The heat is on extreme temperatures. Mercury experiences the most extreme temperature swings in our solar system, making it a fascinating yet hostile environment. This is due to its slow rotation and lack of a substantial atmosphere to regulate heat. Unlike Earth, which has a thick atmosphere to distribute heat, Mercury's thin exosphere offers no such protection. During the day, the surface of Mercury can reach a scorching 800 degrees Fahrenheit, or 430 degrees Celsius. This intense heat is a result of the planet being so close to the sun. That's hot enough to melt lead. Imagine the kind of materials and technology needed to withstand such temperatures. At night, the temperature plummets to minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 180 degrees Celsius, as the heat radiates back into space. This drastic drop happens because there's no atmosphere to trap the heat. These extreme temperatures would make it impossible for humans to survive without highly advanced and constantly operational thermal protection systems. Such systems would need to be incredibly efficient and reliable. These swings between scorching heat and freezing cold add another layer of complexity to the already insurmountable challenge of surviving on Mercury. The planet's environment is a true test of human ingenuity and technological advancement. Section 6. A barren world, the surface of Mercury. Mercury's surface is a desolate and unforgiving landscape. It's covered in craters, cliffs, and dust. There are no oceans, lakes, or rivers, and there's no sign of life. The planet is a stark reminder of the power of our solar system's formation and the challenges of exploring the cosmos. The surface of Mercury is constantly bombarded by micrometeoroids and solar wind. The lack of a substantial atmosphere means there's no protection from these impacts, making it even more challenging for humans to establish any kind of presence on the planet. This barren landscape offers no resources that could be readily used to support human life. Section 7. No place like home, the impossibility of life on Mercury. From its lack of a breathable atmosphere to its extreme temperatures and relentless solar radiation, Mercury presents a catalogue of challenges that make human survival impossible with our current technology. While future advancements might offer ways to mitigate some of these dangers, the reality is that Mercury is a planet that's entirely inhospitable to life as we know it. Exploring and studying Mercury from a distance is incredibly valuable for scientific understanding. However, dreaming of living on Mercury is simply not feasible. For now, we must focus on protecting and appreciating our own planet, Earth, the only home we know.